Lester, it is a rainy Tuesday evening, but we are in the studio, you and I together, partners in crime, partners in dramatic comedy, here to present to the friends the magic that comes out of this mouth from this noggin. It's Colin from Canada presents Colin from Canada's Good Junk, episode 43. The trucker hats are done. I have a special hat donated from the legend John Riddell. Haven't shaved the head yet. Should we begin?
What the hell is this?
I speak jive.
Will you stop? As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
They think they got the answers. I change the questions.
You don't like it? We don't care.
What a dumb thing to do. I bet you wouldn't have done anything like this if Mom and Dad were here.
The recognized symbol of excellence in
Dramatic comedy. Friends, welcome in to the 43rd. That stands for Colin from Canada presents Colin from Canada's Good Junk, episode 43. You clearly know what I'm talking about. Lester does as well. I don't need to tell him. It's already on his itinerary. Let's get going. You're probably wondering right off the bat, what on earth is this? I am going to tell you. John Riddell is a huge fan of the Lost Command film starring Anthony Quinn from 1966. This is a French army hat from the period in which the film takes place. For years, my father tried to hunt one of these bad boys down. Then they invented a thing called the internet. Colin got on the internet and realized they only sold it in this size. And I will take it off to expose the amazing hair. Lynn Riddell had to do a bit of a fix-it job so it would fit not only my dad's head, but my head. So I surprised him with one of these, and he loves the hat. He's noticed that I've been wearing trucker hats in the show and said, why don't you wear that hat? So, John Riddell, I'm wearing the hat for this episode only, because everyone knows that the days are loaded. Everybody knows. No. Everybody knows that this looks ridiculous on my head. Not that the trucker hats didn't. Hello, Lester. They did. But this is for Dad, so episode 43, we're going to have the French army hat that I found on the internet for him, and he loved it. We're going to do this first. We're going to get to the quote in a moment, but let's get to this, ladies and germs. Guys, I've done it. I have shamed myself, embarrassed myself, and disappointed all of you. Guys, we have a spill. But luckily, I have a fine collection of McDonald's napkins to the left of me on the desk. Crisis averted. That also bought me some time for the fizz to go down. How is everyone in YouTube land? How's everybody out there in your areas of where you live? Lester, that's what happens when it doesn't come into my head. It makes no sense. Last week, the embers of the fire that hadn't been lit. How do you have embers if you haven't lit the fire? Similar. Didn't know where I was going. Now I'm here. And please, you guys as well. Ceremonial first sip of the Diet Coke. Don't worry, guys, that's there as well. I'm already feeling the, again, I apologize, the professionalism, as you know. I missed a spot. So, if you guys don't mind. Remember, the court is in session and the Honorable Colin from Canada,
real bad man,
presiding. We're going to get to the quote. It's a short one. It's a sweet one. But it's the truth. Episode 15. Read along with me. Watch the glare. I'm an adult. I know how things work. You know where it goes, guys. Follow along at home. I like the sound of that. sit back down in the chair, take a sip of the warm coffee. Welcome, guys. I hope you enjoyed last week's episode. It fell under the category of not really feeling it while I'm filming, but in the edit with my best buddy over there, his name's Lester, we took care of business and we incorporated funny into the ramblings. During the performance, I was on fire, as we know, and it's clear that I am always on fire. But when you add the little things in the edit that Lester does with my overseeing, the episode you thought was Poo-Poo becomes elite. Possible episode title. I don't know if I'm going to throw it up yet. It goes from Poo-Poo to elite. Guys, we've opened the cans. We've drank from the wall particulars. We're gonna go this side first. Amcan Connection, single greatest tag team walking the earth today. My tag team partner's Jason Nupp. He does his thing over at the pen is taped, as I will not play with it and distract your viewing and my concentration. It also makes a hell of a noise when I keep tapping it on the pad. Also, the crown is up there. I am the king of YouTube. It was supposed to be atop my cranium, as I said last week, but we're wearing Daddy's hat. And, okay. John Riddell, living legend, he provided the hat. He also created this incredible human being. Look at that. Good coffee is always free. Kurt Cobain, no explanation needed. The man's a legend. Okay. The guest. It has now been 1 week and there has not been a reply from the gram. Lester, I taught you, that's Instagram. That's what the youth are saying, the gram. No reply yet, so we are gonna go above the gram and we're gonna go to Facebook. We're gonna message the guest on Facebook and see if we can get a reply. They may, the guest may not appear this episode. It is Tuesday. I'm filming early because I'm smart. So, the guest is, we're still working on it. We have not given up, but I'm giving you the update. Because I never like to keep the friends in the dark. You'll always know what's happening here at Colin from Canada presents Colin from Canada's Good Junk. Driving with Colin was promised. The Colin guarantee was put on, and I will deliver. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, all of you, as a team, as what we coined a few episodes ago, as a force, need to know I've read the instruction manual. Lester, if I could have a round of applause, it's been a while. I have read the instruction manual for the dash cam. And that only means one thing. Installation is imminent. 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 You know what I'm saying, folks. Lester, you do as well, and I know what I'm saying. It's imminent, okay? I know what I'm saying. Guys, there were some little residuals in there that I took care of, but this is where the real magic is. Mention that. Yeah. Lester, we're good. We can begin.
Adrian Adonis.
Friends, Lester is not a happy man as we are 2 things into the episode, a lot more to go, and I have fumbled the ball twice. You remember the lackadaisical pouring of the Diet Coke where some got onto the desk? That was your first mistake, Colin, according to that man over there. Can anyone tell me in the land of where the regions of are that you live? I said YouTube land before. Then I went to that. They both don't make sense. You guys are watching. Can you tell me what the second thing is that I forgot? Of course you can. I failed to mention the Honorary Academy Award bestowed upon me for all-around greatness from the Academy of Motion Pictures, Arts, and Sciences. Are you happy now, Lester? No, I take that back. I want you to tell me when I've dropped the ball, when I've missed the mark, when I have forgotten something. Not the fact that I haven't shaved my head yet. You don't need to remind me on that. I'm talking about the steps and process of beginning the program, of pulling the plane up off the runway and getting us in flight.
I can feel it. I can feel the power. Yes! Yes!
If anything is forgotten, you need to tell me. Guys, it's time for 5 VHS and 5 Davids from the collection. Power Karate. Hunks with hats. Tai Chi for arthritis. Stretching to the classics. Friends, are you ready for Combat Shock? Okay, guys? Lloyd Kaufman and Michael Hers present a Trauma Team release, Combat Shock. An action-packed film filled with battlefield explosions, adventure, and heroism. Frankie Dunlane is a Vietnam vet, a freed prisoner of war, yet he's still a prisoner, imprisoned in a new life to which he can't adjust. Although the battlefield may have changed, the war continues to rage. With no job, no money, and little hope, Frankie takes to the streets. Shocked by the depravity of the neighborhood of childhood friends turned junkies and prostitutes, delusioned and enraged, Frankie calls on the vicious combat techniques of raw power and heroic behavior he learned in Vietnam to stand up to the street scum. It's brutal gun battles, hand-to-hand combat, and guerrilla warfare, all experienced on the streets of New York. She-Beast from Rogers Video, and for those Canadians, it's the old Rogers symbol. You guys remember that? I know you do. Let's get to the description. Burned at the stake in 18th century Transylvania, the diabolical witch Vardella lives again in the body of a beautiful young 20th century English girl who is traveling through Europe on her honeymoon. Nothing can stop Vardella's evil as her spirit transforms the pretty maiden into a hideous beast and spreads a trail of terror across the countryside. Can she be captured and the spirit exorcised? Or will the world never be safe from the horror that is the she-beast? Those are questions we're going to answer when we watch She-Beast. Dynamite Chicken. This is just a legendary piece of work. A mishmash of real, just counterculture sketches, musical performances, documentary segments. I'm helping myself over here on the YouTube. A stream of consciousness freeform format of just a plethora of things. Yoko Ono, John Lennon, Jimi Hendrix, Michael O'Donoghue, Ron Carey. You guys know Ron Carey. Barney Miller, unsung hero of that show. Fred Willard, if I haven't said it already. B.B. King, Lenny Bruce, Richard Nixon, obviously in stock footage, not a performance. Joan Baez. Ace Trucking Company was, I believe, a comedy troupe. So it's, you know, just a mishmash of everything. And it's Richard Pryor and it's Dynamite Chicken, so that's all you need to know. Alligator 2, The Mutation. Who do we got in here? Yeah, not really. Joseph Bologna? I think I know who that is. Is that Buddy from the spin-off of Married with Children? It's hurting my soul and my heart. Lester, I don't need any tissues that I can't remember the name of the spin-off of Married with Children with Matt LeBlanc and I believe Joseph Bologna. Guys, we gotta pause. Joseph Bologna is who I'm talking about. He was the father of Matt LeBlanc on the Married with Children episode, oh, one of my favorites. Who knows about it? When Al buys the record of the song that he couldn't remember. Him. Al, you know when you do that, your nose hairs go in and out of your nose like a child's party favor. All I ever wanted was the damn 45, either the gun or the malt liquor. Let's go. I am correct in assuming Joseph Bologna was the father of Matt LeBlanc when they had a small cameo on Married with Children, which led to a spin-off series that lasted a full 7 episodes called Top of the Heap. Did I have to stop recording to figure that out? Yes. But I did match Joseph Bologna from Alligator 2 fame with his fame from Top of the Heap. He was also in some other stuff, but we're not going to get into it. This has taken way too long. Summer school teachers, okay? This is a lovely film from 1975, but released on VHS in 1986. I'm not going to stop recording because I believe I did that correctly, but we are quickly going to get to the DVDs. When you are out and about and you see Harvey Keitel and Earth, Wind, and Fire on DVD, you don't even need to ask how much, because there is no price that will stop me from purchasing this DVD. Have I watched it yet? No, but that's beside the point. Guys, that's the way of the world. Coleman Buckmaster, I will repeat that. Coleman Buckmaster, Harvey Keitel, is an ambitious young music producer with A-Chord Records. In the midst of recording an up-and-coming group, played by Earth, Wind, and Fire, we put that together nicely, he is directed by the president of the record company to concentrate all of his efforts, against his wishes, on an unknown music trio, the Pages. The pressures and corruption of the recording industry begin to weigh him down and ultimately force him to make crucial decisions impacting the success of the Pages, the group, and even his own relationships. Produced and directed by Sig Shore, producer of Superfly. Airline disaster, okay? And when you know about the Asylum Home Entertainment, if you know about Asylum Home Entertainment, you know that they provide you the Mega Crocosaurus and the Megazoid alligator starring Tiffany and Jaleel White and Hulk Hogan's daughter and all the, you know what I'm saying. Who's in this one? Folks, they're two people you might recognize because you loved them growing up on Family Ties. It's Meredith Baxter Birney. Meredith, that's an Artie Lang joke that nobody gets. It's Meredith Baxter Birney, but she dropped the Bernie and it's just Meredith Baxter. Along with Scott Valentine, it's Nick, Mallory's boyfriend. It's Airline Disaster. I thought there wasn't a description, but looking closer, in the world's smallest font, God Almighty, the credits are bigger than the description. We're gonna read it with, when the president learns that domestic terrorists have skyjacked the passenger jet her brother is flying, she must choose between family and the safety of the people in the cities below. The Dead Next Door. Guys, if you know, you know. I don't have to tell you, okay? The gore in this one is, it's a meaty gore fest, as I'm reading on the review here. This is from Anchor Bay, so you know it's a good movie. Can we get that is some damn good makeup, okay? And it's a worthy addition to any Gorehounds DVD shelf. That's from Rue Morgue magazine. You guys know it. That's the Fangoria competitor, or perhaps Jetsons. You remember the VHS when you rented it as a kid? They put it out on DVD. I've never seen this anywhere else, so I grabbed it. It's Jetsons, the movie, on David. Finalizing the DVDs, guys, it's DC Cab. Mr. T was, I don't know, my hero growing up before we encountered Hulk Hogan. Mr. T is what it was. It was the A-Team. It was everything. I had the Rocky III figure when I didn't even know about Rocky III. Guys, it's DC Cab, and I'm looking at the year. This came out in 1983. I was 4 years old. By 5 or 6, this guy was everything. But the movie is rated R, and I don't think Lynn Riddell wants me to watch DC Cab. I believe there's boobies in this, but if I'm not mistaken, I watched it eventually. Could I have been 7 or 8? Could I have been 6? I probably pestered my mother and my father relentlessly for Dad to rent this for me. So I do remember watching it as a youth. So I thank you, Mom, and I thank you, John Riddell, for letting me watch DC Cab at an age where I was clearly not 17. And that's how old I was supposed to be to watch an R-rated movie. You get what I'm saying. Guys, that was 5 Davids and 5 cassettes from the collection.
Adrian Adonis in control.
Friends, the council members do need to be informed of what they are doing to the steelworkers. Cheryl has taken time away from the food barn. Mrs. Hellcat, various aliases. She's mad. At first, tears, now anger. She is letting the council members know. I don't know what she's letting them know, but let's take a gander. Lester, maybe you could. No? Okay, well, I thought maybe.
You have no idea who knows me. I'm not the rancher. I got marbles here. I have 2 boobs, not 6. Do you know you have scratchy toilet paper? You guys don't understand what you guys have done. Those iron workers are also firemen. So Captain Dave Friedman met Mrs. Hellcat, and it wasn't very nice. So no, Mrs. Gonzalez pays your wages. You don't pay mine.
Friends, if I may take a brief moment to bring your attention once again to the newest member of the team. The newest member of the family. The inner family. You guys are part of the family, but you're out there. In here is the inner family. Perhaps, not perhaps. Guys, it's the Force. The Force is what keeps... Forget Star Wars. This is much bigger. Several possible episode titles. Forget Star Wars. This is bigger. I love the toy line that Star Wars has, but we'll get there one day, Lester. Getting back, pushing forward. Guys, I've drifted. I've drifted, but I'm back. We need to get back to what I was saying. The newest member of the team, the newest member of the family, the newest member of the Force is, of course, Dennis. He was given a hero's introduction 2 episodes ago to you, the friends, and to you, the legends. Last week, he kind of surprised you. There was no introduction, no frills, no bells and whistles, just sheer... He just showed up. Shouldn't have said everything's long. Everything is long. He got us... I don't even know where I'm at, Lester, but do I stop? No, we go ahead forward. Lester has the great idea that he did last week. Dennis just appeared. And going forward, pushing forward, moving forward, he's just going to appear. Still. Guys, we're keeping all of this. It's time for thrift store pickups. John Dote Hit. Dote Hit? John Dote Hit. John Dote Hit. Dote Hit. John DeHurt. Did I take 2 seconds out of my life to rewatch what I just recorded in that introduction to the thrift store pickups? You're goddamn right I did. And we're keeping it completely intact, unedited. Lester, your duties are negated for that introductional segment. Guys, we're going to the left, as you know that I do. I'm going to start with the one book, The Best in the World by Chris Jericho. This was a cool $2 at the local Central Library, otherwise known as the Hazel McCallion Central Library. Those who live in Mississauga know who Hazel McCallion is. Those who don't have no idea what I'm talking about. She was the mayor of our lovely city for years upon years, and she was dynamite. Chris Jericho. The best. One VHS, it's Christy Curtis's Soap Star Workout. The low-impact backstage workout of the soap stars. With your favorite soap stars from Another World, General Hospital, Young and the Restless, Bold and the Beautiful, and Days of Our Lives. Those stars include Sandra Reinhart, Crystal Carson, Tanya Lee Williams, Cheryl Richardson, Bobby Eakes, I hope I'm pronouncing that correct, forgive me if I'm not, Bobby, Shay Harrison, and Missy Reeves, okay? Let's get in shape, folks, friends. That was the one VHS. We're gonna go to the CDs. It's Time Life, you know they reel me in. This time it's Disco Fever, I Love the Nightlife. 2-disc set. Did I make sure both discs were intact? That question should not be answered. New Wave Hits of the 1980s, Volume 1 from Rhino. You know, it's all the original tracks, and I'm just, forgive the pause there. I'm actually surprised that Gidget Goes to Hell from the Suburban Lawns is on here. Look up Janitor by the Suburban Lawns, and you will thank me later. It ends with Money, That's What I Want by the Flying Lizards. Just take a listen to that. You guys already know if you don't. They're both in the description. 70s soul hits. Uh-oh. Guys, I fell for it. Guys, I fell for it. New stereo recordings by the original artists. I'll give it a chance, but I won't like it. Ladysmith Black Mambazo. Okay, you guys know. They were part of Paul Simon's Graceland. They were the backing band, for lack of a better term. You know them, you love them. They are amazing, and they're always worth a listen. I choked, but not that severely. Lester, no emergency here. As I was about to say, guys, do you like the pan flute? And do you like the pan flute stylings of Zamfir? Because I do. Guys, they reeled me in again, but I promise you that I do not have the rock and roll era Time Life Music 1963 selection, because I would remember that face and I would remember these guys falling over. Okay? I do not have it. Mark my words. When the comprehensive CDs come together in the complete collection, and I do a video of it years from now, you will see that 1963, there's going to be only one copy of that. Let's get to the DVDs. And speaking of the aforementioned Paul Simon's Graceland, guys, it's classic albums, Paul Simon's Graceland. For Lynn Riddell, Queen Mother of Canada, it's Billy Connolly, Live the Greatest Hits, as well as Billy Connolly, Erect for 30 Years. I believe she has this one and that one, but they could have been copies, and these are the actual DVDs, and they were only $1 each. So, we purchased them. Neil Young Journeys, a Jonathan Demme film, bit of a documentary, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Nancy Drew, not the old one, the new one, from the CW 2021, season 1 from the library, so you got all the stickers, but it was $1, guys. Guys, it's DMX Carnivorous, okay? Bone-chilling serpentine terror ensues in this classic that outdoes the Anaconda series from the get-go. Do you like the Anaconda series and the likes of Ice Cube and Jennifer Lopez? Later on, David Hasselhoff? Well, DMX is coming to take on this snake, and there's no stopping him. King Kong, this is the 1976 remake with Charles Grodin and Jeff Bridges, also Jessica Lange, DVD format. Studio 666, this was the campy rock movie that the Foo Fighters put out, and if I take time to watch Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park,
child.
I will take time to watch this. Got some hats. Johnny loves the Christmas hats around Christmas time. When we get to the long-awaited Colin from Canada presents Colin from Canada Christmas Extravaganza Spectacular Special. Special. You will see perhaps past photos of Johnny in full Santa costume. So that's gonna go to Johnny, and I'm all about the toques. And if you have a brand new toque with a patch that says Bernie's Tavern, I will buy it. Guys, this has been Thrift Store Pickups.
And Adrian going out. Gutsy move by Adonis.
Friends, as you know, Lester and myself. Who's myself? Colin from Canada.
Real bad man.
Here at Colin from Canada presents Colin from Canada's Good Junk, as you know, we pride ourselves on professionalism. I said that weird. Professionalism. Lester, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So did the friends. I don't need to repeat it, but I do. Every single time. Guys, this is the introduction to the hard-hitting news clip, and much like what we do here, professionalism has to live in their lives as well as ours. When they are in the field, they are representing the television station that they work for, and professionalism must be a #1 priority when they are on someone else's turf reporting on whatever the hell this guy's reporting about. I think it's corn. Guys, it's time for hard-hitting news.
Done something that is very good.
He was murdered.
But now he's dead.
Reach out to the man who died.
To the man.
Your mama, she's for free and everybody knows it.
Regardless of stock strength and standability bred into today's modern corn hybrids, odds are they'll eventually lodge after the plant.
Oh, was that a fart, Chuck?
That felt nice.
Friends, the legend and I, you know it, we are on and about town. We're all over the town here in Mississauga on a weekly basis. As you know, John and I have the errands that we have to run and the walks we have to take with Pixie, the other legend. It's a bit of a combo platter this week. Not only are we taking the dog for a walk, but we're going to the liquor store. Friends, it's time for John Riddell, legend.
How much is in butter? How much is in butter? How much is in butter?
Friends, Colin from Canada here. John Riddell and I avoiding a puddle. It's a winter wonderland. And that doesn't stop us from taking this guy for a walk. Arundel Park, winter wonderland.
Is there teachers? No, is there?
It's the only question we're asking here, folks. Is there teachers?
Okay. Thank you.
We found the teachers. Friends, I am relaxed. I'm leaning on the desk that attaches to the other desk because there's no need to worry about this segment. Colin from Canada,
real bad man,
was prepared. Prior to filming, he made sure to have 5 photos, 4 of which he took this week, only 1 from the archives. Lester, that's right. I took 4 this week. We're gonna start it now. Yes, we are. Guys, let's go through my camera roll. Dry cleaning movies, mushrooms on toast. Just a couple of horses' asses. Electric pressure cooker, urinating, passion fruit chest cake, Charles Barkley. Friends, I have what we need to address down here. As you know, the photos will appear somewhere. Guys, photo number 1. Ran into this gentleman at the mall. I'm sure you've heard of him. St. Nicholas, otherwise known as Mr. Claus, or if you know him personally, like I do, You call him Santa Claus. He was a little busy. He didn't have time to talk to me. We caught up afterwards. After his shift, we went for coffee. But, guys, Santa. Photo number 2, another photo we should have used for the Halloween episode. That's from last year, 2 years ago. That's John Riddell dressed as a whoopee cushion. He's a legend. He can do that. Photo number 3, outside the local Walmart, and what did I spot with my 2 eyes? A rainbow. Guys, it's a rainbow. Photo number 4. On the way back from Hamilton, we were in the Hammer last week. We passed a Amazon outlet sale at the local Lions Club, I think. I might have to, Lester will put it up if that's incorrect. You rent out the community center or the Lions Club or the Veterans Hall, as you guys have in America. We have legions. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. And whoever did it sells their Amazon crap that nobody wants, unless you're in desperate need of a 12-piece towel set. Well then, $15, Bob's your uncle, and you're a happy camper. Other than that, it's stuff no one needs. The rip-off smell-alike colognes, Night Swept. Anyhoot, it was cash only, and we had a pocket full of pant lint, so it was really, really good. I've probably thrown the photo up already, but when they're not selling Amazon goods, it's a Lions Club or a Columbus Club. I had to look at the photo. We had to stop, but we're back. So there's a good story in here, but let's just get to the photo. They sell kielbasa when it's just the Columbus Club. You know, you can get kielbasa there once the Amazon people clear out of there. Getting to my point, guys, I know it's worth it. Okay. So the girlfriend is wandering around, and about 45 seconds in, I'm already done. So I meander over to the electronics, and a gentleman there says, "Welcome to the electronics." And I'm getting the vibe that he's throwing down my type of humor. And I say to him, "How bored are you right now?" "Oh, I'm not bored at all." So I start suspecting he's not trying to be funny. It gets better, guys. He is trying to sell me everything under the sun and how all the items are great. And he begins to tell a story. And it begins as such. You know, I'm portraying the guy. Maybe I should. In my family, we have a tradition. I'm not sure if it's like anyone else's family, but we buy a gift for each other. Everyone else in the family receives a gift from everyone else in the family. That's what I do with my family. So the wheels are turning, and I'm still trying to. And I said, "I think you got something there, bud." And then he repeated. Well, that's what my family does. I don't know what other families do. Anyhoot, we didn't buy anything, but he was really trying to sell us a lovely karaoke speaker. I've talked a lot about the kielbasa photo. Let's move on to the final photo, which is almost as funny as Buddy's Christmas story. Guys, we were in the toy store at the local mall, and I thought I was surrounded by toys that I know of, and they're all legit. And then we found, read along with me, the deformation shied robot. Not a transformer. Let's go back to it. That's called a callback in the comedy game, guys. It's the deformation shied robot. And then when you turn the box, you take another photo because that guy is part of the deformed robot force. I'm gonna lay dollars to donuts that perhaps the translation wasn't quite up to par when they translated it to English for the North American sales of the deformation shied robot. Guys, you just went through my camera roll, and both of us are laughing.
Can't turn your back on Adrian.
Lester, your brother-in-law is taking liberties with the city council members. He is still driving home the fact that the Constitution takes precedence over any rules that the city council has in the city council. He is also reminding the city council members and those who are absent, perhaps the ACLU is coming after them. And it's getting a little tense, if you know what I'm saying, Lester. I know you know what tense means.
Raymond Lyman, ridiculous. You calling me a liar? Well, I ain't gonna think about suing the city. Raymond Lyman, ridiculous. You calling me a liar? Well, I ain't gonna think about suing the city.
We adopt rules of council every 2 years.
I don't care about the rules of council.
Well, you have to care because they're the rules. You gotta go by the rules.
Pushing outranks rules of city council.
All right, I'm not gonna argue with you, Raymond. Go ahead, continue.
Because the federal attorney general told me in the letter, and now you have the ACLU going after you. And he should tell you, because you'll be sitting in jail.
Friends, the last time I spoke about filming, I believe it was a Monday or a Tuesday. I'm gonna go Tuesday, because I wanted to get it done early. Well, guess what? Hark! As the clock strikes 1:45 in the morning, it's Saturday into Sunday. And as you guys know, I want my episode posted no later than Sunday night. It never leaks into a Monday. It's one a week. You know what I'm saying. I know what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm saying. Lester, what am I saying? Right, yes, okay. We are substituting for the first time ever. The Deep Cut Deep Dive is being taken out due to time constraints and replacing it. Lester, what am I replacing it with? I'll give you a hint. Beep, beep. Guys, you know it. You've been waiting for it. The dash camera has been installed and we have recorded a test run. It's a test run with a few clips, one idiot driver, perhaps two, I can't remember. But guys, it's the official premiere. You've seen it before when I used my phone, but now we're using the dash cam of Driving with Colin. Are we recording?
You know, like at some point.
Friends, it's finally upon us. Welcome to Driving with Colin with the 1080p dash cam that is hopefully recording my voice right now. Let's experience moronic Mississauga drivers in all their glory. Gotta say, I'm dying without this music, everybody. Hey, look, I can make a joke out of anything. It's Lee Fung. We are heading to the Toyota dealership to get my boss a new battery for his car clicker, opener. I'm trying to think of what they call them. Fob, bang, boom.
Your destination is on the right.
You're goddamn right it is. Guys, just a test run. But I can tell you about my adventures in the Toyota dealership. Guys, let's get into it. Went into the parts department, and there's a lady on the left and a man on the right. The lady on the left is not, what's the word I'm looking for? She doesn't have the jurisdiction, I don't think jurisdiction would be the right word, but we're going to go with it, to replace a battery. You don't want to lay that much responsibility on a young lady changing a battery in a fob, okay? So I had to wait for the guy, and guess what? It's his first week on the job. Hey, ba-boom! As I'm talking to the girl, another guy slips into the line, and not to cause an argument, I let him go ahead of me. So here goes the next guy. Sir, can I have your name? Okay. Sir, can I have your phone number? Okay, what's the make and model of your car? Okay, sir, can I have your name, please? And he went on and on and on and over and over and over with the name and the email and the phone number and what kind of car he had. And all he was buying, jug of antifreeze. Folks, friends, are you with me? Lester, can you put up the promo on that? You're goddamn right we can. Who the hell buys antifreeze from the dealership? My God almighty. That's like going to, I don't know, a leather outlet to buy a bottle of water. Just go to the goddamn Canadian Tire. Friends in America, you guys already know about Canadian Tire. You've learned from Colin. I'm getting animated here, guys. I got to catch my breath. I got to tone it down, and I got to keep it on a professional level. Brett, my favorite, guys. Guys, it's happening. We're reversing into the spot. Oh, and we got the... Oh, no, he's okay. Here we go. And this guy on the left is waiting to get out. And this guy's... Oh, this is the best. Look at this. Nope. Nope. Guys, we're getting it. Look at this. Prime example of what I said. Should I give him a round of applause? Unbelievable.
And now the action is taking place out on the concrete here in Madison Square Garden.
You need to be ready. Much like I do. When that red light comes on, the wheels, this is turning. The wheels start turning very quickly. And the words come even quicker. Is my mouth fast enough? It is. You need to know what you want to say, how you want to say it, perhaps how loud you want to say it. When you're called upon, you must be ready. And I clearly was not ready before I hit record. This will all make sense when you view, slower Colin, this week's clip of the week.
When things aren't going my way,
I'm thinking pasta.
2,500.
Here's the VHS collection.
Your Construction Safety Association.
And ask you to tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I have a daughter in high school, and I'm married to a man in women's underwear.
He what? He what? What is your husband?
He's in women's underwear.
He's in women's underwear. Aren't we all occasionally?
Friends, did you open your wallet 2 weeks ago? Did you open your wallet a week ago? Did you open your wallet a week ago and 2 weeks ago to lay money down on Colin from Canada's NFL selections that went down the proverbial toilet? If you did, I apologize, but let me tell you something. There was something I didn't do in week 1, and there's something I didn't do in week 2 of my NFL selections, and that was put a Colin guarantee on it. We learned about the Colin guarantee last week. When I put the Colin guarantee down, things come true. Okay? My selection this week in the NFL point spread, who you're going to bet on, is the Buffalo Bills. I cannot remember who they're playing. We're going to put it up in the edit. But you are taking them, I believe, at 2.5. 3.5 if it's jumped, but 2.5 was the line I saw last. Take them, guys. I'm putting a Colin guarantee on it. Wager exactly what you wagered combined for the first 2 weeks that you lost, and we're going to get your money back, guys. In the meantime, it's time for Gorilla Monsoon, quote of the week.
Did you see that?
Couldn't see it from our vantage point.
Will you stop? All kinds of pandemonium broken loose here.
event anywhere in the country.
Just standing there on the apron like a big dummy.
Friends, I am pleased to announce an enormous amount of votes over here for the show and tell competition that lives here at Colin from Canada presents Colin from Canada's Good Junk. Here comes the bumper. Delta Force Pizza. Delta Force Pizza. Friends, my buttocks are not, we're ready. Hi. Turning to the right, we're going to let you guys know about the final totality of the poll. And may I say, it was a hell of a battle. But Animal and the Electric Mayhem stage play set retain the belts. They remain champions. The Great Gonzo put up a hell of a fight. It was 8 votes to 6. Guys, that's 14 votes. We're back in the double digits. I love to see the double digits return to the Colin from Canada presents Colin from Canada's Good Junk weekly show and tell poll. Enough of, I've hit the tripod. Enough of my banter. Let's get to the challenger. It is another figure in the long line of Palisades Jim Henson's Muppets. This comes from Series 4, and not only is it one of my favorite characters, but he's portraying another character because they really milked this figure line. Guys, it's Sam the Eagle portraying Mr. Samuel Arrow from the seminal classic Muppet Treasure Island. First movie I saw with a girlfriend, Muppet Treasure Island. Okay? We have the key book, the treasure map, down in there, the hat and telescope. Okay? I shall read the back. Sam the Eagle as Mr. Samuel Arrow in Muppet Treasure Island. Job, first mate to Captain Smollett, Kermit, aboard the HMS Hispaniola. Special talents, making sure the ship and shipmates are shipshape before shipping out. Being cast adrift in a lifeboat, remembering that in this movie he is British, not American. Likes, blowing his whistle really loud, standing at the stern and looking stern. Dislikes, being cast adrift in a lifeboat, not being American in this movie. Because as you know, Sam the Eagle is a patriot. Okay, guys? So this is the competition that Animal and the Electric Mayhem stage playset have to go up against. Guys, you love Sam the Eagle. I think you love Animal a little more. This could be a devastating loss for Mr. Samuel Arrow. We're going to have to find out. And how do we find out? You guys vote. Legends, friends, hit the mouse or the phone. Lame-o, Colin. Real lame-o, Lester. It's okay, we're done with the segment. Vote now.
Oh, look at this. He's going to work on that damaged left leg.
Funny. Hilarious. Amusing. Warm-hearted. Always on his game. Ready to give you all he has. Balding. It's time for the bloopers. What am I doing? Gotta stop saying, What can I tell you? Try again, son. What am I deep in thought up in here? That's here nor there. You are actually laughing. Everyone is here to watch me create magic. So I shall. 43. No, I'd like to take a pause in the, take a pause? Take a moment, take a pause. I would like to tell you something. John Riddell, this one's for you. The hat. Shabbat. Lester, no need for your duties in that segment No need for your duties. No need for your... Lester, they're starting again. Lester is to my right, your left. I think. Guys, we're not doing it again. Your left. Nope. But he wants to help with the production of the... No, yeah. I didn't stop recording. Vigorously announced, and it's time for introduction. No. Ooh, it's an itchy head. Guys, I'm gonna stop here.
Adrian Adonis victorious here.
Friends, I gotta tell you, my mother, Queen Mother of Canada, Lynn Riddell, wife to legend, okay? She has come with the thunder. I think that's what she would say if she were sitting here introducing herself. It's a beauty this week, and I don't need to say anything else. Because, Lester, we got to get to it ASAP. Do I need to tell you what that stands for? As soon as possible.
Faca di parten fisi ania fisi lik alam. Faca di parten fisi ania fisi lik alam.
When we first, of course, you know what, I don't need to. When we first shook the hand of the public service announcement for them to hop aboard the Colin from Canada presents Colin from Canada's Good Junk train, we knew going in that not only would we get variety, but perhaps one day we would get celebrity. Variety and celebrity. That's what we were looking for. Before we looked for that, we made sure, as I know you know very well, Lester and I need to know that you guys are learning. I'm not harping on it. But right after learning, we need variety and we need celebrity. And we have all three of those this week. You're going to learn about some dangerous weapons. That's the variety and the learning. And you're going to be taken along on this ride by one of the most underrated celebrities in all of the history of celebrities. I feel I'm talking over my fingers when I could just drop my hands. Guys, it's this week's sponsor. And Lester and I are pleased to bring this celebrity into the family.
You ever had India food?
Will you please stop?
Catch it.
The Empire of Taste. Will you please stop?
Catch it.
Do you know someone that owns a gun or a knife? Remember, guns and knives aren't toys. They can hurt people or even kill them. It could happen to your best friend or you. Even if you think the gun isn't loaded or the knife isn't sharp, leave them alone. You wouldn't want to be wrong. Remember, guns and knives can kill. I'm telling it to you.
Friends, it is that time once again where Lester has to be a brave boy. He has to put on his brave pants. He has to put on his brave face. And he has to say goodbye to this week and look forward to next week. Because that's what I do. And that's what I hope all of you do at this moment in the program. I know you don't want me to stop talking. I know you don't want me to go away. But I have to. Because it's the end of the show. It's the end of the greatness. It's the end of the magic. It's the end of the dramatic comedy. Lester, it has been a while since we've addressed what type of comedy that we provide here. Mostly me, not really you. Dramatic comedy, guys. You guys know. But sometimes I like to remind. Sometimes? All the time. But it's been a while since I reminded you about the dramatic comedy that comes out of this mouth. First here, then here. I should say, first here, then here, then here. Guys, it's time for the goodbyes. Lester and I want to wish you adieu, if I may bring my failing French to the forefront. I hope you've enjoyed this week's program. I hope you've enjoyed last week's program. While we are filming the goodbyes, I'd like to give a brief update on the guest. I have not messaged him on the Facebook yet. I'll be doing that next week. And guys, did you know that when you copy and paste a Instagram message and try to paste it on Facebook Messenger, it doesn't paste the text? So you gotta all over again. But guys, I'm gonna do it because it's for you, the legends, because I'm the hero. The legends, the friends, Lester, the force needs another guest here on Colin from Canada presents Colin from Canada's Good Junk. Lester, we've already had one guest, and he was a hell of a guest. If the people, if the friends remember, okay? I think they do. His name was Colin from Canada.
Real bad man.
And he was a hell of a first guest. But that's the only guest we've ever had. We need some new blood. I am the captain of the ship, but you guys, if I can pull this off, are gonna love it. I'm gonna end here and hope you enjoyed. Colin from Canada presents Colin from Canada's Good Junk, episode 43. Oh, I didn't forget. I'm just sitting here. Guys, the pepperettes are a firm $12. There is no haggling. Die Paperettes seien stijfig $12 ein Aufdinger.
A recognized symbol of excellence in
dramatic comedy.
That felt nice.